Hello, this is Malene Markussen, independent artist and songwriter. And in my previous video, I talked about how I handle rejections as an independent artist. And one of the things that I pointed out was that I have become less ambitious. So when I say that I have become less ambitious, that doesn't mean like give up on your hopes and dreams. It doesn't mean that I don't want to pursue a music career anymore. It only means that I have become a little bit more realistic when it comes to setting my goals. And I have discovered that I don't need to be like a huge superstar to be happy. And I think therefore it's important to find other things in life that also gives you meaning. And I think meaning is very important. Instead of struggling to become happy, I think it's important to find something in life that does give you meaning. And I know for a lot of musicians and artists, it's like music that gives them meaning. And that's cool, that's also for me. It's one of the things that gives me meaning. But it's important to have something more besides that. Because at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that are out of your control. Like I can go mute, I can lose my hearing. And the same goes with other musicians. Things happen in life that you cannot control, and suddenly you're just not able to do whatever that gave you meaning anymore. So what do you do then? And therefore I think it's important to have other things also outside of your career and your like struggle to become something. And the other thing that I mean by that is that by setting goals that are like unreachable high, well, not for everybody of course, but that's like over the top unreachable high, like 1% might make it there. That gives you like a 99% chance of failure. So by setting your expectation and your goals and dreams like way up there, it will only lead to like frustration, the feeling of failure, not being good enough, and all those feelings I have felt myself. Because when I was like 25, I remember I was like, oh shit, I'm not where I want to be. And that's because I have set my goals and expectations way too high, and therefore it gave me a lot of like negative feelings and like anxiety and depression. I cried a lot. So you have to take in account that there are a lot of things on your journey that you cannot control. And if you don't make it, if you don't reach your goal up there, it's not because you're not good enough, you didn't believe it enough, you didn't visualize it enough, you know, you didn't pray enough for it. It's nothing to do with that. It's just maybe your goal was a little too high and you kind of have to lower them a little bit and then feel like a sense of pride when you reach that goal. And if you feel like, okay, I have reached that goal, maybe you can set it a little higher and just like, okay, did I reach that goal? Cool, I'm proud. And I think that's a much more healthier way to think about your journey and your dreams and your goals, is not go from here to here. You know, you go from nothing and you want to be the next Lady Gaga or like Metallica, whatever music you're doing. And I think that is not a realistic way to see it. And also you cannot control if a label actually wants to sign you. That's also out of your control, so why, you know, bother thinking too much about it? Like you can control if you send out demos, if you make music, like the quality of your music. You can always control those things, but at the end of the day you cannot control whether or not someone wants to sign you, or if, you know, you get 1,000 streams or 10,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000 streams. That's also not up to you. It's up to the listeners basically. And why not focusing on learning more about the business, how you can develop yourself? And if no one wants to sign you, it's like, fine, then why don't you focus on what you can do to become better at whatever you wanted someone else to do? Because that you can control. You can control if you sign yourself, and then what you do to like develop in that direction. And I think it's very easy to just like wait for someone else to believe in you and to sign you. And if it doesn't happen, your dream is like dead and you're a failure. But that's not really true, is it? Someone told me once that, you know, if you reach for the stars, at least you get to the moon. Which is true, but at the same time, it's again, it's like just the feeling of like frustration, and you didn't make it, and then you won't be satisfied because you came to the moon because you were reaching for the stars, you know, and it's you know, you're not there where you wanted to be. So as I said, you cannot control the universe, and if a label doesn't want to sign you, if the booking agency doesn't want to sign you, if the management doesn't want to sign you, I don't mean give up on your dreams. I mean just lower your ambitions and your expectations and see what you can do that you do control. Because there's a lot of things that you can do and that's within your control. I have an example. For instance, I really want to, you know, be a part of Eurovision for the last few years. I remember I was not a fan of Eurovision when I was in the rock phase of my life. But then I got into songwriting and I was like, yeah, that would be really cool. And of course it would be super fun to have a song in Eurovision. So that's kind of like my goal. At the same time, it's not really in my hands. I cannot be like, yeah, if I believe enough, I visualize it, I do everything, and then I will suddenly be in Eurovision. That's bullshit. But what I can control is like, okay, they say 3 songs, then I make 3 songs, and maybe more than 3 songs, and I pick the top 3. I can choose who to cooperate with. Maybe there's someone who's been in Eurovision before that I want to cooperate with to kind of higher my chances. There's Eurovision camps that I can apply for. Again, I cannot control if I'll join them or not, but I can control whether or not I actually apply for them. And I can control like how much energy and time I like to use developing my songwriter skills to again higher my chances of, you know, something happening in that direction that I want to go. And also, if that doesn't work, that's not like my only goal in life. I have also other musical goals and things that I like to do. Like right now I really want to make a music video, and that's also within my control. Like when, how, which actress, there's a lot of things that I can focus on, and that makes me feel good and proud. Anyways, that was my little speech about why I have become less ambitious and what I mean by that. Yeah, so let me know about your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to my channel because I have a new video out every Sunday. So I'll see you next time.